Hey everybody, welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt. All right, let's get into it. Good morning. Vegan was first on the day. What is up, Stefan? Welcome, welcome, welcome. B&K, welcome. Eddie, what's up, Eddie? What's up? BK Raptor is first, or well, I guess it wasn't really first, huh? and Chip, hello everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody. Let's take a look and see what is going on so far on the day. Looks like we do have AMC down 1.23% in the pre-market, down to $9.67. Good morning, Franco. And so nothing really too special here. I'm curious if it's going to be another sideways day or if we'll see a little bit of better price action today compared to yesterday, but we'll have to take a look. Frank, I'll take a look in just a second, my friend. I'll remember, or don't let me forget, I suppose. I meant to say. So, and my core fix in the morning. I got you, buddy. No worries, Lee. So, good morning, squeezing. So yeah, I'm wondering what kind of day it's going to be for AMC. So we'll kind of zoom in here, see what's going on, but probably not going to be anything too crazy. But we'll take a look. Douglas, good morning. Kelly says Adam Aaron is going to talk with Trey. Did you see the tweet? Yes, I saw the tweet. Trey also released like a 30-second video on his channel. So pretty cool stuff, guys. Very, very cool stuff. GameStop. Let's see what's going on with our, our other friend. Good old GameStop. GameStop, so yesterday was down 4.33%. Today it is basically in the pre-market is basically even, not really going anywhere, but that's okay, no problem at all. I do like to see if anyone is going crazy in the pre-market. So let's see who the tops are for the day. So I'm seeing if I recognize anything. The highest for the top of the day is 58%, or up 58%. Naked Brand, I know a lot of people like Naked Brand. They are up 15, almost 16% on the day. So not too bad. Hopefully they'll be able to hold that. I have a lot of people who really like Naked. All right, let's see who the losers are. I also like to see the losers see what's going on and just hope that none of my stocks are on this list. I see here, I don't know, PRVB, Prevention Bio is down 34%. Looks like the highest. And I'm just making sure there's nothing that I recognize, nothing that anybody's probably invested in. No, I don't see any of the big stocks that a lot of people are in that are on the down day, which is usually nice to see. And so that is that. I did have a request for GSX. Let's take a look. Okay, GSX is, please try again. Okay. Academic and educational services, miscellaneous educational service providers. Very interesting. So they are a China-based holding company principally involved in the provision technology-driven education service. Through its subsidiaries, the company is engaged in the provision of online K-12 after-school tutoring services. It also offers foreign language, professional, and internet courses. The company products the company conducts, oh my gosh, its business in mainland China. Very, very interesting. So I don't really know too much about the space, especially like the China space. From my understanding, I think they go to school like year round or something. And that I don't know. I remember hearing that a long time ago. I don't know if it's true or if it's changed, but I think education is very important in China. As far as, and K through 12 is huge, guys. After school tutoring is big, especially if, education is so important, which it seems to be the case. Let's take a look at their, I don't know why Webull did not load well for me today. Jeez. See if there's any institutional ownership. I don't know why nothing is loading right now. Is it the same for all companies? Nope. Here we go. Okay. Looks like it's loading better now. Financials. Let's look at the annual financials. Consistent growth throughout the years. No year where it was down, which is fantastic. Institutional ownership, 44.16%. Not bad at all. Very, very cool. Analysts have high price targets for this one. This one looks like it could be a pretty dang good stock. I like the space. I like what they're doing. Man, not bad. As far as the, let's see, the chart. Let's look at the chart on let's look at the 5-year, because I want to see how they've been doing, especially during the pandemic. This is where so it's, let's see, 2020. So the beginning of 2020, they just IPO. Okay, so they IPO'd in the middle of 2019. Let's see, 2020. Let's look at the big dip, which was March. So, hey, they only did well in 2020. They had a recent dip toward the end of 2020, which is pretty weird, but looks like it may have been some kind of, I was going to say correction, but it just kind of fell again. I'm not sure. I feel like this probably is a bottom. This, oh my gosh, it went all the way to 149. I actually really like what is going on with this stock, believe it or not, especially with where it's at. I'm worried though. Hey, good morning, Johnson. Welcome. I am worried that it had a negative news catalyst. I am worried. Okay, so people cut their price targets, but even then, guys, that their price targets are still higher. I actually really like this stock a lot. Michelle, what's up? What's up? Baby Shark. Oh no, I was thinking about you like yesterday, like last night or something, Michelle. After I got off, I was like, poor Michelle, I got her with this dang Baby Shark song. So funny. So yeah, I actually really like where this. I like dips. What can I say? I love a dip. We've seen the potential. The stock went all the way up to 149, and like, holy smokes, I feel like the stock has so much potential. And so IPOs, this is why I also don't like IPOs. I mean, I guess it's been a little while, but I'm actually going to save this one because I do want to look a little further into it. So good find, very, very good find. I like, what can I say? I like the chart. Looks like it's oversold on the RSI, and I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. Yeah, see, like this level of support here, I'm going to draw this horizontal line just so whenever I come back to this, see if it respects it. It's going to be a rough one, but I like where it's at. Yeah, I like that line. I'm sorry, Michelle. What did I do to you? You know? Oh my gosh, how could I? It's the what was the video is like, why have you done this, or something like that, with the English guy. Squeezing says, I am an AREC. Sure, let's take a look. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Some crazy moves. Jeez. A lot of different moves. Let's see what these guys do. They do energy. So fossil fuels, oil, gas. So the only thing about oil and gas and stuff is, gosh, I'm just personally, I'm not certain about the future. I feel like oil and gas is always going to be around, but I'm wondering how quickly we're going to shift over to, electric vehicles, and whenever they get good batteries out, and yeah, Lawrence knows, whenever they're going to get like electric vehicles out, if they're going to, some companies are already trying to shift to because I think if oil and gas is going to be very good for, I was going to say like industrial vehicles, like big commercial, like Tonka trucks or whatever, or the huge Caterpillars and stuff. So, and I think of like diesel, fuel, gas, oil, stuff like that. But I just don't know the future of it. How big of a scale is it going to be? Are people going to really try to switch? So there's going to be a shortage, therefore it's going to drive the price up. I just don't know these answers. So just make sure you know good stuff about that. Those are my concerns. I don't think I'm in any oil and gas. I was in Marathon for a little bit, but I think I've switched my positions since. And that was one of the stocks that I liquidated to get all the way into AMC. Let's look at their financials and see if they can shut me up. And so negative, this is 2017. They had a huge run up to 3 million. Okay. But take a look here. Look, they went from negative profitability to 3 million in profitability to negative 5 million in profitability to negative 4 million. So this is not my favorite at all. Now, maybe there's a good reason. Maybe they're investing in technology to propel them toward the future, and it ate into their profits, but this year they're going to slingshot. Hey, if that's the case, then fantastic. That could be great, but I don't know about this. Maybe there's a news catalyst that you know about. Even the institutional ownership is kind of low, 3.94. And we can take a look at, what was this stock ticker? AREC, Market Beat. Market Beat has been my recent best friend. Taking a look at the institutional ownership, it's so easy. You just go here, and then you can find the institutional ownership somewhere right here. and it's pretty much the most up to date. And you can see a lot of people bought in. So currently their institutional ownership is, ooh, not good. So 1.09%, which again, I do not like. People got pulled out of it, as you can see. So I like to go where institutional ownership is, but they're like pulling out. So I do like to see a lot. That's my, the price targets seem to be pretty high. I'm not sure if this is updated or not, so do keep that in mind. And maybe there's a price catalyst. Maybe these guys have a partnership with somebody and it'll be great. But currently, not really my favorite much at all. Even the chart setup, I mean, pretty good retracement. This could be a new bottom. If you are bullish on it, this could be a pretty good place to buy. It looks like it's leveled out pretty well for a good amount of time. So hopefully it continues to hold that. Might retrace just a tad and just, go down here to 30 or 3, like 81 or 385 or something. But at the same time, if you're planning on a long hold, could be great to hop in, as long as you do think this is the bottom as well. Let's go back to AMC really quick, see what's been going on. Let's go ahead and look at the 5-day, see what's been going on. So a downward trend on the 5-day. Granted, it's really not too crazy. It's just like $2 essentially from this height of, what was this, 11.25 down to, and it's not even a full $2. Right? Yeah. So nothing too crazy. Let's see. Franco says, I think GSX will go up. Like other Chinese educational stocks, DAL and EDU. Hey, that's a good point. A lot of these ones are doing well, but the question is it a saturated market? Who's going to win? If one succeeds, will the other lose? There are a lot of different questions in there. If they've already succeeded, how are these guys going to even penetrate the market? And maybe there's a good answer to that, but I just want you to be thinking of these things just in case. Rennigan says, if EVs can be extremely cheap, then I'll see gas and oil being phased out on the lower class. Well, even then, if they are cheaper, I feel like EVs, and I think there have been some things about EVs, how they're going to try to implement it. Is it certain cities or something by like 2024 or 2030 or something that they're going to try to be completely green with all electric stuff, and on top of that, vehicles, I feel like I think I heard a while ago that they're going to try to make a small, very affordable electric vehicle. I can't remember who it was. I think it was going to be like less than $10,000 for like a nice small, almost like the smart like mini cars, and they'll be fully electric and you can drive them. And I feel like that would be a very affordable solution for, whether it's the lower class or middle lower class or whatever, to kind of really get in there and get a good vehicle. They don't have to worry about paying gas. They'll see it as an investment. And, as long as they have the right numbers, it could be a very good investment for them. What app am I using? This is Webull. This is Webull version 4 for the desktop. I do have a link in the description if you want to use it. If you use my link and deposit $100, you do get 2 free stocks, and I get a free stock. I actually really like it a lot. It's like I was on Robinhood before everything crazy happened, and I decided I had to make a switch just because, for the sole reason of Vlad and the way he responded to what happened. Webull did halt trading as well, but they made it extremely clear. Their CEO, the difference between Robinhood and Webull is their CEO hopped right on the news as quickly as they could and said, hey, our clearinghouse, I think they're called Apex, they said that we have to pause trading. He goes, we are absolutely outraged by this. We are working with them to get it restored as soon as possible, yada, yada, yada. And that's that. So, and from my understanding, Apex is a clearing house for a lot of people, and they halted it for basically everyone that they service or whatever. So that's that. But I really love this a lot. I love this platform. You can see so much stuff right in here. The only thing is some of it isn't as updated as I like, but it's still a pretty good. There's so many. It's so robust. I think you can start it super easy, but you can get as robust as you'd like. Eddie says, want to throw my opinion in on, okay, when the squeeze will happen. I love it. In my opinion, it'll be in the next quadruple witching without a major catalyst. We need the 801 and a reason to force them to cover, or they won't. I don't know about the next quadruple witching. If it's very possible. Do you have a date for that? I actually don't have the exact date for that one. But that's a very interesting idea. I do feel like we're going to need some kind of catalyst. I feel like just holding is, while I personally think holding may be the best thing to do for individual investors who can and want to hold, but I feel like we're going to need a catalyst. So for example, even if there's a catalyst for a reason why a bunch of people start jumping in, buy the stock, or, for example, like a not a buyout, but like maybe some kind of partnership or something. But June 25th. Okay, thanks guys. As far as, so I think that could help. I also think that I think there does need to be some kind of catalyst, whether it's, some kind of big news, some kind of, what was I thinking? These filings, these like DTCC filings, I think something like that is going to help. And I think it could, trigger the squeeze. And I'm hoping it happens sooner than later, because the more time that passes, the more people are going to get bored, the more people are going to drop out. It's not going to be so, I don't like that. There's a Chinese company trying to make an uber cheap EV. Yeah, maybe that was the one I've heard of. It was supposed to be crazy cheap. They're trying to bring it to if that is the one, though, obviously, I guess they're going to try to bring it to the US, or maybe they'll kind of engineer it. So could be some interesting stuff going on. Superman, if he wasn't scared of green rocks. Would you consider having an interview with the CEO of AMC as a catalyst? I don't think it'll hurt, is what I'll say. I do think that the CEO of AMC does need to be very politically correct. I'm afraid it's going to be a similar situation to the Jordan Belfort interview. But I do think that the CEO, his best interest is to have the stock price go up. But I think he's going to have some serious talks with his lawyers to make sure he's saying the right stuff. I don't think he can come out and say, I do think, I don't know what he's allowed to say. I'm very curious to see, but I don't want people to get too hyped up like the Jordan Belfort interview. People were waiting for their confirmation bias and they didn't get it at all with him. Okay. Although in my opinion, I think there was some confirmation bias, because he said in the short term, which is what we're basically waiting for, it could be a great stock, but you need to make sure you know what's going on. You need to make sure you're looking at it all the time. Make sure that you're aware. Make sure you're the expert. But he said in 5 years or whatever, or the long term, which could be maybe 1 to whatever, how many years plus, he didn't like the stock. And, I think that's fair. I think it's fair that right now, think of, GameStop. Do we think GameStop is worth, $200 per share with the current state of their business? Probably not until they implement all the things they want to implement. Okay, and after they implement it, then you can reevaluate and see if it is worth that. But currently, right now, in my opinion, it's a technical position for a short squeeze. It's not a what's the company actually worth situation. Let's see. It could trigger some price action. Here's the deal. And I don't want to say, no, there's no way. It's very possible that it could trigger some kind of price action. If he goes on there and says, hey, if he says something even as small as like ape strung together, you guys are going to force a short squeeze, which I don't think he's allowed to say anything like that. If he says something that makes people super hyped up and bullish, you best believe it's going to be on all over Reddit, all over here, all over that, and people are going to love it. They'll eat it up, and they might buy more. If he can rally them, which he's been doing a great job of hopping on interviews. The only thing is he keeps on trying to push the 500 million shares. What I'm hoping is that he goes on. I think the big question is going to be, why do you want the 500 million shares? That is going to be the biggest question that Trey's going to ask him. I guarantee that they both know what's going to happen, and the question is, how is he going to answer? If he's going to answer, I can't really say at this moment what it's for. Then I think everyone's going to be up in arms about the, unless he says like, it's going to be for something good, but I can't say exactly for what, or, something like that. It really just depends. What's up, Bobby? So could be a few different things. Yeah. Let me check Google first for Bcash. Google. Okay, so what is your question about Google? Look into Google. I mean, I don't know what to tell you about Google other than I like the stock. I like Google. a lot. What do the options look like on something like Google? Looking at calls, you can't buy calls the day of, so I'll have to look over here. Can I not buy any calls? Oh, dude, the market isn't open yet. Wait, but even then, I should be able to see what the cost would be and stuff. Bid ask. Maybe I'm confused. Yeah, okay. So it just can't, I guess, because the market isn't open yet. But usually I thought I was able to see the prices even during pre-market and after hours, but I don't know. Maybe I'm confused. As far as it goes, I mean, I like the stock, guys. These guys have like a great business model. I wonder what their next venture is going to be. But look, I mean, look at them over 5 years. Solid growth. Now, what is the stock going to go? My only concern is like, and this is not correct, but how much bigger is this stock going to get? Is it going to be a $10,000 stock for one stock in 10 years? Like, I don't even know. This is crazy. I wonder if they're going to have a split soon. I don't know. There's just something about this that I'm not going to jump into. I think it's a great if you're trying to diversify and make sure you have a good just good diversification. Then hey, this could be pretty great. But personally, I just I'm not going to purchase into it. But if you're, like I said, if you're trying to diversify, have a good stuff, then I think it could be very, very, very good. One huge PR stunt to keep AMC relevant with, yeah, I mean, yeah, there could be anything that AMC could do to really trigger more people to get hyped up about it. Let's see. Bobby says, the question is, will Trey prepare this time, unlike the JB debacle? So I don't know if he wasn't prepared. It seemed weird, like it was super, super late, like Trey was super tired. Just from like the interview questions, maybe he was super relaxed or humbled, or maybe he was tired or nervous. I don't know, but his energy was so low, which is just a little weird. But I have nothing but good things to say about Trey. I'm sure that and it seemed like they had to record it. There's speculation that they had to record it twice, which is why it was pushed out, because Jordan said some things that he wasn't supposed to. But that's completely like tinfoil hat type situation. I'm not too worried about that. Either way, I didn't care what Jordan Belfort said. Jordan Belfort, I was like, oh, okay, this might be cool to watch. And there were some very cool things that I appreciated them talking about, but I did not care. Like that interview wasn't going to make or break my position, like at all. So I really didn't care. It was said it was the second one. Yeah, he was not allowed to release the first take, right? So I'm wondering if he was super bullish on maybe AMC and GameStop or whatever, and this time he did have to. And people are saying whenever he said that he had to purchase his girlfriend or fiance, whoever it is, a new car. It was an Aston Martin car, AMC, but it was like an Aston Martin truck. I'm not sure what happened there, but who knows? Ray says, oh, a few days old now, but the A. Tobit Duck interview was phenomenal. Rewatched it last night. Yeah, that one was a little long, but a lot of good information. I think it's important for people to, again, just be educated on what's going on and be ready for what's going on. So let's see here. Let's go back to AMC GameStop, see what's going on. So AMC looks like it did recover just a tad. It is now down, or no, actually, I think it came down just a tad, as a matter of fact. So it is around, we have 2 minutes to the bell, and it is currently down 0.92%, less than a percentage, really not too worried about it on the day. It's currently at $9.70, no problem whatsoever. And similar thing with GameStop, down less than a percent, basically neutral at $169. And we'll kind of see. I would not mind a big dip on one of these stocks. A big dip would be fantastic for me. I would love to buy it. Chris says, sorry, I tuned in late. Love your show. May have covered it already, but what's your take on GameStop this morning? Should I buy more? Thanks in advance. Hey, Chris. Welcome, my friend. Good morning, Diamond. Welcome. I hope Trey has a co-host. Help him out. I know a guy. What's up, Trey? Chris. So to answer your question about GameStop. So here's the deal. I like the stock. What can I say? Like, it is at a pretty good spot. What I'm curious about is if we're going to have another dip like this. I don't know if we'll have another dip like this. It's very possible. So I personally, I'll put it this way. I'm very, very happy with my position. If I were to add to it, I probably would add to it right now. And I feel good about this, right? So if you have, but if your average position is like 300 and you're thinking, you're wondering if the bell has rung. Here we go, guys. We got the live price action. Not seeing anything too crazy right now, so we'll just kind of watch it and see what happens. But I will finish my thought here. And so I like where my position is now. If you bought in, even if you bought in at 200 and you feel like you want to average down, hey, this could be a great spot to average down. Or if you're pretty happy with your position, you don't mind this little dip, then that's fine. Me personally, if it goes down here, I can't afford not to buy in. Like it's basically free at this point. No, I'm just kidding. But down here is like too appetizing for me to pass up on. So if it did dip down here, I would buy more. Personally, I'd buy a lot more just to continue to average down. And if it went down to 50, I would just, sell my truck or something. Don't do that. Not financial advice. To just buy more. I would buy as much as I possibly could because I think it'll be great. Hello from Germany. Let's have a great Friday. Cheers. Welcome, Wilco. So that's my personal thoughts. I think it's good. I agree. I really agree with Mr. Bombay here. What's the difference of a few dollars when the end goal is the moon? Oh, I thought you were going to say, what is the, but yes, I agree with that as well. But, I think if at the end of the year, a lot of people, we were talking about, oh boy, looks like a red day today. You guys see this? A lot of red on here, a few green, but a whole lot of red. And so it looks like it could be a red day. I mean, we're only 1 minute into the bell, so we'll see what happens. But as far as the entry points, I think I was talking about this stock where, right. So looking at this stock, if I thought am I going to worry about trying to buy in at, save literally $1 per share whenever I think it's going to go back to, $149 from 29. If that $1 per share makes or breaks me, then it probably wasn't the best investment. And so that's kind of how I see it. It's really not the best way to get the best bang for your buck, but I'd rather miss the dip than it run up and then I have to pay instead of losing, $1, I lose $3 or $4 because I didn't buy it whenever I felt like it was a good entry point. So just my personal thoughts on kind of entering these stocks. Everyone wants the perfect penny to the penny entry. They want to buy it at the exact bottom or whenever it retraces just a tad and buy it at the perfect spot. But I would rather get in if I feel like I really like a position. You can always average down is what I'll say. Russell says, love the content. Do you believe we can really hit 6, even 7-digit share prices? I'm all for it and ready for launch. Hey, welcome, Russell. Thank you. Let's take a look. So realistically, I mean, as far as like GameStop goes, I think $1,000 is no problem. And we have looked at some other stocks. I wish I saved the dang articles, but we've seen some stocks. They went from 200 to 30,000. And granted, I don't know if that one was a specific squeeze, if what it was, but we did look at a stock the other day where it went up that high. And we did do some calculations from other squeezes that people were showing me. Or maybe I pulled it up. I don't know. We found a few ones that had a huge run up and it was like 15,000%. One was it 15,000? Yeah. So if this is at $10 goes to 15,000%, then I mean that's $1,500 per share, I believe. Okay, so imagine what these stocks can do. So I feel like it is huge, especially with the kind of position that we're in. I've been doing a lot of DD or interviewing a lot of brainy apes with DD, and they firmly believe that it can happen. And they walk me through it of essentially, we really control what the price is. As long as people hold, it really could drive up the price until we agree upon a price, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, a lot of people, there's a guy who wants to come on the show. You guys have seen him before if you guys watch the big YouTubers, because he did DD on another show. He wants to present why 10K is not a meme, why 10K could be possible. And so hopefully I can get him on here. He's still working on the DD. He's been working on it for weeks, I guess, and is what he says. So I'm very curious to see what he has to say. I would love to hear his opinion, and I'll take it with a grain of salt. But hey, but hey, this is a very, very unique position with a lot of short volume, guys. They were shorted more shares than were available. Like, it's just crazy. Bobby says, Webull gave me 3 ADT and 2 Zynga stocks. Nice. Yeah, I get a lot of the ADT stocks. I usually liquidate them and buy AMC with it, to be honest. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I wouldn't be mad at 10K either, guys. I'd be happy at 10K. I mean, I'll take it. Even AMC. For AMC, if it was that same kind of amount, I mean, I saw 1,500 whenever I did that calculation. Granted, that was one stock. It's not the same exact situation. I don't know what their short interest was. I don't know this and that. But, I have seen, and that one took 2 weeks. So keep that in mind, guys. It takes a long time. Now, the part that is going to ruin the squeeze is if people start selling at 30, 40. Theoretically, it would ruin the squeeze because sorry, I just noticed this bell and I'm like, ooh, can I move this? And it looks like I can, but I don't want to touch it. Theoretically, if people started selling low, it could ruin the squeeze because if people are selling, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me, sorry. And theoretically, that could ruin it because they're going to start covering. They're going to be able to buy those shares super cheap, and it's going to, I don't want to say ruin the momentum, but kind of, if people are selling there. But that's that. Paul says, thoughts on Gary Gensler being nominated as chairman at the SEC. Actually, Paul, I don't know anything about that, my friend. I had no idea. I don't know when that happened. I don't know who that person is. If you have any insight, I'd love to know thank you. I'd love to know your thoughts. Yeah, I'd be curious. Jake says, nah, we're going to have FU money or bust. Gesundheit, thank you. And so that's that. Let's take a look back at the stocks and see what's been going on, see what's going on with this price action. So AMC is up or down, sorry, just under 2% on the day, trading around $9.62. Let's zoom in a little bit, see what this looks like a little more microscopically. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's take a look at GameStop. So GameStop basically trading even on the day. So just kind of teetering green and red. And so we'll see where it ends. Let's see. Paul, okay, here we go. In 2012, Gensler led a crackdown and prosecution against a few Barclay employees that had been manipulating the London interbank. That's actually exactly what I wanted to hear. Exactly what I wanted to hear. So hopefully this person comes in, and if they were in London, hopefully they don't know anybody that's over here, and they just want to fix things. And so that's what we need. We need someone who isn't friends with these hedge funds. They don't need to be friends. There's a conflict of interest there whenever you're friends and you're reporting to each other like that. They need to be, I don't know, frenemies. They just need to have they need to just do what's right. They need I don't know. They just need someone who just follows the rules to the T. And here's the deal. People don't like those guys because they're kind of a pain sometimes. But hey, we need someone who's going to be a pain and is going to kill it, and just going to be serious. Got any cool interviews to look forward to? Yeah, actually, I have some cool ones. I'm trying to get this guy on who has a guide for what's going to happen when it squeezes, what to do while it's squeezing, and what to do after it squeezes. So a lot of cool stuff. I'm hoping to get that guy on as soon as possible. I was hoping to interview him today, but something came up and he's busy. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Sam says, but if short interest is 200% to 1,000%, even 30 to 40%, a paper hand at $40, if institution and diamond hands hold, it would keep going, right? Yeah, that's a good point. So, let's say, and there's a whole percentage here, right? So, and I give this example. I'm terrible at giving it. I need to practice it because it's a terrible, I don't explain it very well. But if there are, let's say 100% of shares, and let's say 25% of people sell at $100, then guess what? There's still 75% of those shares that they need to buy back. And if they only buy, if the only people selling are at $100 exactly in a magical world, then guess what? There's still 75% that need to be filled. So if another 25% sell at 500, then 25% filled, and another 25%. So it just depends on where those percentages land. And if those people can sell at the right places, then that could be great. Now, what I've been thinking about, and I haven't really said out loud yet because I'm still trying to contemplate it, is theoretically they naked shorted, right? Now, if there are more shares available than the float, meaning, let's say there are 1,500 shares that they have, and this is, times a million or whatever it is, but just for small numbers, let's say they own 15. Okay, I guess I froze. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully it's better. I don't know what you guys heard, but I just don't know what's going to happen with those additional phantom shares. What would happen? Where it would go? But theoretically, if they didn't disappear, then I guess theoretically the last ape who sets their price could. Okay, if they have 1,500 shares. Oh, okay. So from the beginning. So let's say they have 1,500 shares, and then down here there's only, like, let's say the hedge funds or whatever have 1,500 shares, naked shorting, which is illegal, and there's more shares available than there are in AMC. So let's say AMC total has 1,000 shares for everyone to trade, but these naked shorting, let's say they have 150 or 1,500 shares. So there's 1,000, 1,500. So theoretically, I don't know what's going to happen to these shares. If they have these shares, and these shares are, if they don't go away, I don't know if they disappear and then they go, 1-to-1, or if they're going to have to like fill in those shares, and then what happens to those extra 500 shares, I don't know. But theoretically, if they don't fill in those extra shares, if they don't like disappear, then each ape would get basically whatever price they wanted, because there's 1,500 shares and there's 1,000 shares, so in each ape has a share, so it could go wherever. But I don't know, it's kind of weird to think about. Hopefully you guys can kind of understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, hopefully that helps a tad, and hopefully that's not too confusing. Okay, let's see what else we have going on the day. So let's go back to AMC. So GameStop, again, just kind of teetering. I do feel like it's probably going to be another, so hold. Yeah, essentially, Michelle, yes. Hold. And that is my opinion. Just holding. Not financial advice. Do what's best for you. Make sure your bills are paid, all that good stuff. Let me take a sip of water real quick. Sam says, I think they have to cover until it comes down to the 1,000 shares, so they cover only 500 hours, if I understand correctly. 500 shares. Yeah, hopefully that made a little bit of sense. I know it was a little confusing, but I don't really have the perfect answer to that one. Just a thought that came into my head. Let's see. Moisture says, I predict 20 to 30% of the whole first squeeze of first day will be a trade lock. Adam says, if 1,500 shares were sold, but there are only 1,000 shares that should be allowed, what happens to the investors that hold the 500 imaginary shares? That's kind of my question, Adam. I'm not sure what happened to those shares. From my understanding, those shares are basically only, I don't know where those shares are. It seems like they're only in the market makers or the hedge funds, and they'll be over there, but it's not really something that has been explained too much. So it's a great question, and I don't have like a definitive answer to how those shares will finally disappear. If they'll have to just like, I'm not sure. What I think might happen, and this kind of makes sense now that I think about it, is let's say there's 500 additional shares, naked shares, and they weren't supposed to have those. They don't have those, but they borrowed on it. So from what'll happen is they'll just have to pay the money without getting any shares or getting anything in return or getting anything out of it. They're just gonna have to pay because they basically, may have borrowed the money essentially, and so they're gonna have to just put that money for free into the market. And maybe that could happen, which would be fantastic. Russell says, at this point, holding to the moon shouldn't be because of the money. I'm sure a lot of us retail investors have survived with a little money in our pockets. Yeah, absolutely. Is there an estimated timeline where the squeeze will take place? There's really not a timeline. There are a few different catalysts that we're looking forward to. For example, the AMC share count, the what else? The DTCC filings. There's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so pay fair market value essentially, Adam. Whatever the current price is, I suppose, or maybe I don't know if it would be where they borrowed at, what the current price is, stuff like that. There could be a few different places where they have to pay. But as far as a squeeze, a timeline, I'm just holding. I'm waiting for this stuff to pass. I'm waiting for this stuff to go good. I'm especially Rule 801 over here, just waiting. And whenever these happen, I feel like it's going to be good. It's not for free. They pay for the IOU. Okay. Well, there you go then. So yeah, I'm just waiting. There's a few different catalysts, but a lot of people are waiting on it. And, my concern is, this is going to pass. And in the same day, people are going to come in my chat like, Corey, like, what's wrong with you? Like, it didn't happen today, yada, yada, yada. And guys, I just want to exercise, like, it takes time. We don't know if there's a buffer for implementation. We don't know. And remember, they also have to trigger it. They also have to like say, okay, well, now we're going to look at you. Now you have to cover yada, yada. They can choose to turn a blind eye, I suppose, for X amount of time. And so they would have to like really hop on it. Somebody's saying Moderna's running. I mean, is it? I mean, it looks like it's running. It's up 3% on the day, which is not too much. I'm not excited about 3%, but hey, if you like it, that's awesome. What happens if you have some shares in Cash App because Robinhood scared you? Now you have diversified and bought some in Cash App. Nothing. I mean, you just have those shares in Cash App, and now there's a regular shares. You can do whatever you want with those shares. There's nothing weird about it. I did the same thing. I moved over to Webull, and I have shares in Webull now. You can even have shares in both if you want. And I have shares in Fidelity too. So you can have wherever you want. Excuse me. Let's see. So let's see who the tops are. Let's see if this changed at all. Nothing really crazy. Let's see if who was on here earlier that we like. Looks like Naked is not on here anymore. See any top losers? Make sure none of our stocks are in here. No, I'm not seeing anything. So just making sure. Oh gosh, Lee. Oh boy. Yikes. But Webull does sell customer data. Right. So good point. I'm sure Webull sells it. We know Robinhood sells it. I wouldn't be surprised if anyone, Naked was on the list. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if anyone doesn't, anyone who offers free trading doesn't sell their information. I would be surprised because we know they make their money by taking, I guess, like a little off the top, but I think they also make money by, got a notification. I think they also make money by selling the information. So there are two ways that they make money. And we know that the majority, over 50% of Robinhood's business is, oh, here we go. It's been a few days. It is time for me to order my monitor. Congratulations. Oh gosh, I've been doing so good, but good news is today is when I wanted to order my monitor. So I will be ordering it today. Fantastic. So excited. Bear with me one moment, guys, while I got everything situated. Oh, that was pretty easy. Okay. Excellent. Let's see. Moisture says tip of the day for Europores. You can still use the Webull desktop app, the one I'm using. Only figured it out the other day. Oh, it's so much better than using Yahoo Finance. Oh, okay. Well, great. They have these buildings called stores where you can buy these things. Yes. I'm ordering it today. Don't worry. It's on the top of my list and I'm going to have it ordered. Hopefully it'll arrive soon. The delivery date is so far away, but I guess I'm better get it started now. I'll do widescreen. Oh gosh. I myself, so Murat is using trading 212. Won't let me be able to vote for AMC GME, restrict certain stocks temporarily, which is 9 weeks now. Holy smokes, that's crazy. Will you be covering nano dimensions? I don't know if I'm going to be covering nano dimensions. I've covered it several times in the and I guess my live streams. Somebody told me that they do have a contract, like a partnership coming up, and I think it's going to be great. I think it'll be, if that's true, if they're able to sell to a bunch of people, it could be excellent. Personally, I'm not too much of a fan of the stock, just because there are a lot of other people that can do it. Like, for example, if I'm not going to buy one of those machines, but I'm not their market. So, you know, it really just depends. Even stuff like Hacksmith, the Hacksmith, who is a big YouTube channel, you know, millions of subscribers, they would rather order it from another company because they don't have to have the machine in there. I don't know if there's maintenance that goes with the machine. There's a lot of different stuff to think about. Order the monitor from GameStop. Have you seen the DD post massive securities fraud? If so, is it the one by A Tobit? It sounds like, yeah. Is it the one it's called like Walking Like a Duck, I think. And if that is the one, then yes. I guess it depends on the kind of securities fraud they're doing. But let's see. If so, would you be surprised that the DTCC would cap GameStop's share price? I don't think they would cap the price. I don't think they're allowed to cap the price. Or maybe they can. I don't know. But no, I feel like I don't think they would cap the share price. Unless there's securities fraud in GameStop themselves. Is it? Oh, not bad, not bad. Up 21% on the day. Why wasn't it on my list? Oh, it was on my list. My bad, guys. Good morning, Geo. Good morning, bro. Yeah, capping the price would be pretty detrimental. What time is it here? Awesome. All right, so let's take a look at AMC and GameStop one more time. I do need to start getting ready for work. Let's see. So yeah, AMC down just under 2%, as well as GameStop just down just over 1%. And, you know, again, probably another sideways day. We'll see what really happens. You wish good morning. Unfortunately, you wish I'm toward the end of my stream. I apologize about that. I do need to start getting ready for work. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you guys wouldn't mind, go to Trey is streaming right now. Trey has not streamed in a long time. Go to Trey, tell him hello. That let him know Is It a Buy sent you. Let him know Corey from Is It a Buy has sent you, and let him know we're showing him some love and we appreciate him. Amadi says, hello, I'm in Iran. Hey, welcome. I love Raleigh. Yeah, I've been to Raleigh. I was there temporarily, but for just like a few days. But yeah, Raleigh was actually pretty nice. Diamond says, like and sub, people. No worries. I've been on here for a while. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, thanks for saying hi then. Got to keep working to buy those shares. Yep. Oh, whoops. We can't say this stuff. We gotta. Sorry about that. We can't say that kind of stuff. I'm in. Sorry about that. Yes, guys, I will be back at 7 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Central. All right, so I will catch you guys then. Guys, we moon. Can you imagine? Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me again. Be sure to say hi to Trey. Let him know I sent you. If you guys want, I'm just trying to do something nice for him because I know he's had a rough few days. It's been a roller coaster for him, and I want him to know that we support him. But all right, guys, thank you again for hanging out with me. I will catch you guys later. Peace.